Welcome back if you watched the first video. If you did not and you're interested in watching the booking process and cost breakdown, click on this card to watch that video first. So today is the day. I've been planning this cruise for about 4 months now, and I'm about to board the Sky Princess. So this trip will last about a week, and it will take me to Cozumel, to Belize City, to Roathan, and to Costa Maya, before returning to Fort Lauderdale. So I woke up at 8 a.m. this morning, and I'm really excited to start the day. I have a free breakfast provided with my hotel room, but I'm not hungry, so I will use this time to make sure that I don't forget anything in the room. Today is a beautiful day. The temperature is just around 75 Fahrenheit. My embarkation time is at 11 a.m. I am on the first group to embark, and I did all of the preparation using the Princess phone app in advance. So this should be really easy. At 9 a.m. I go to the front desk to check out and to give my keys back. I use the app to flag a Uber, and the driver is there within 3 minutes, which is pretty impressive. So I ask him if he's familiar with Port Everglades, because the app would not allow me to select terminal number 2. So what I did is I chose terminal number 4 in the app, which is the terminal right besides terminal 2. So the driver tells me that he knows the port. So we drive for about 20 minutes, and then when we get there, he manages to get lost. So after a few detours, ending up in a parking lot, and finally asking for directions, we make it to the terminal. So it's now about 10 a.m. There's already quite a long line in front of me. I would say probably around 200 passengers, and the doors are supposed to open at 10:30, so I have a little bit of time to wait. The time went pretty quickly, and we start to get inside of the terminal. So at the first fork, there's a line for passengers and one for contractors. A few contractors go to the right lane, and the rest of us goes to the left. We come to the first checkpoint to show our passports and also to have our bags go through the X-ray machines. And we go to the second checkpoint where they ask me to retake my picture because the one I uploaded is sideways for some reason. This only takes a few minutes, and I'm directed to the desk where I can pick up my medallion for the cruise. Again, this was very quick, no wait at all, and I have my medallion in the hand. The medallion is a great device that you can wear, and it allows the ship to know exactly where you are at all times. I will cover this later, but let's just say that it's amazing. So we're asked to wait to board the ship. There's a huge room with plenty of benches, so we wait for about 15 minutes before they start calling people in. People go in according to their captain's circle level, and that is based on how many times you've cruised with Princess before. Also, people doing the second part of the same cruise have priority for boarding. Then we all go in by the order at which we arrived. The entire thing takes about 10 minutes, and the crew is really effective at the boarding process. So my first destination as I get on board is to have a meal before everyone piles up at the restaurant for lunch. While preparing the cruise, I watch a lot of content about the Princess cruises, and one of the things that is unanimous with everyone is that Alfredo's Pizzeria is the place to eat when you first get on board. So I head to the piazza and find a restaurant. I am the first one there, and they're just about to open. It's 11 a.m. I decided to order the margarita pizza. I've never had one before, and I heard great things about it. I also order a Perrier, and all of this is included in the cruise fare. The service is really quick, and less than 10 minutes after ordering, I'm enjoying my first meal on board. Alfredo's Pizzeria is located on deck 7, which is called the Promenade Deck. So this might bring back some memories if you've ever watched the show Deep Space Nine. This is the center of the ship. It's on the top deck of the 2-deck piazza. The decor is beautiful, and everything looks brand new despite the fact that this ship is 5 years old. The food is delicious. It's not the best pizza I've ever had, but it's really close. This is a strong 9 out of 10 for me. I decided to order the tiramisu for dessert, and this is one of the best ones I've ever had too. So another 9 out of 10 for this. Things are starting really well for this cruise. So it's now about 11:30, so it took just about 30 minutes total from getting to the restaurant and leaving. And the really fun part is that when you're done eating, you just leave. You have nothing to pay. The tips are already prepaid through the cruise line, so you don't have to leave a tip. That's pretty great. My stateroom will not be ready until about 1 p.m., so I decided to head to the oceanfront area. This is a place where the crew can help you with a lot of things, including accessories for the medallion. The medallion comes with a lanyard that you wear around your neck. I thought it would be better to have it on a wrist strap, Unfortunately, they're out of black and blue wrist straps, which were my preferred choices for color. All they had left was pink and purple, so I decided to go with purple. The purchase is made using the Medallion, and it is billed directly to the account on the ship. The cost is $12 US. I think it's a bit expensive for a strap of rubber, but alright. So I suspect that the Medallion is a tracker similar to what an Apple AirTag or a Samsung SmartTag would be. So there are sensors everywhere on the ship that allows the crew to know exactly where you are. And that is really great for three main reasons. First, you can order food or drinks pretty much anywhere on the ship and they will bring it to your location directly. The second thing is when you get close to your stateroom, the door will unlock automatically. And the third advantage is that if you have to pay for anything on board, just by touching the Medallion on their portable scanner will allow them to know who you are and what account to bill. And the Medallion is waterproof, so you can swim with it if you want. The app for the Princess Cruise is also really good. I will go into more detail about the app a little bit later. So while waiting for my stateroom to be ready, I took a stroll on the ship to visit a few of the areas, like Deck 16, where the pools and the jacuzzis are located, along with the giant screen where you can watch movies on. Deck 16 is also called the Lido deck. I don't really expect to spend a lot of time there because first, I don't really like crowds, and this is one of the most popular areas on the ship. The second thing is I don't really like sitting down and doing nothing, so I'm not a sunbather. And the third thing is when I'm in the pool, I really like to swim, so it's pretty hard to do when there's like 20 other people around you in the pool. So after wandering around the ship for almost an hour, I headed to my stateroom, which is located on deck 11, and that deck is called the Bahia deck. I am in room B715, which is an inside cabin. So those are the smallest cabins on the ship, but since I'm traveling solo, that should be plenty of room. So the room is pretty nice. There is a queen-size bed located at the back of the cabin. There is also an option when you prepare the cruise to ask them to have two smaller beds instead of the one large one. There's also a small desk where you'll be able to work at. There's a small fridge available for the drinks I purchased. And of course there's a bathroom, which includes a shower. The room is equipped with a TV screen that allows you to watch a lot of informational videos about the cruise, about the destination ports. Also there's TV shows on there, movies. You can watch for the weather forecast. You have a camera on the bridge, and you can order food through the TV if you don't want to use your phone. Also in the stateroom is the day's program with every activity listed, as well as the operating hours for all of the services such as the restaurant, the shops, the casino, and so on. The program also gives you the time for sunset and sunrise, which is great because I wanted to film the sunrise and the sunset if possible. If the ship is going to visit a port on that day, the arrival and the departure time is also listed. This sheet of paper is great. So I highlighted all of the activities I wanted to do during the day and programmed all of the alarms on my phone so I would not miss anything. So by now it's almost 2:30 p.m. and the first activity of the day I wanted to attend is the Medallion class welcome presentation. So I think that if you're tech savvy, this is not really useful. But if you struggle a little bit with technology, they go through the important things about the app and also how the Medallion works. At 3:30 p.m. is the sail away celebration on the Lido deck, so I head there to be able to film the ship leaving for the week-long adventure. I decided to find a spot on deck 17 so that I can go on each side of the ship and also on the back. The deck also hangs over the Lido deck, so I'll be able to have a bird's eye view of what's going on there. While walking outside, I was surprised to find out that there's no way to get to the front of the ship. The outside walkway starts at the middle of the ship and goes towards the back, but the front ship is reserved for the staterooms and the bridge. I was able to watch the Celebrity Apex maneuver out of its dock, and it's quite impressive. Modern cruise ships are equipped with thrusters that allow them to move sideways and also pivot in place. It took the Apex less than 10 minutes to back out of its dock, pivot 90 degrees, and head down the channel to the open sea. With the Love Boat song being blasted on the ship horns, we departed a few minutes afterwards. was surprised how stable the ship is when we are underway. You can feel the vibration when the ship uses its thrusters, but not the movement. We're now heading out to the open sea, and it's really exciting. At 6 p.m., I'm gonna have my first meal in the dining room. There are 3 dining rooms on the ship. They all serve the same food and are connected to the same kitchen. But there is a small difference in the ambience of each of the rooms. So for example, some have dimmer lighting. I booked all of my dinners through the Princess app for the entire week. And tonight I'm dining at the CLO dining room. The CLO is a little bit annoying to get to. It's located at the back of the ship and there's only one way to go to it. It is located on deck 6, which is called the Fiesta deck. And to go to it, you have to go to deck 7, walk to the back of the ship and then take the stairs down. Or if you're lazy, you can take the elevator. So the decor in the room is superb. The service is also amazing. It seems there's only a few seconds that will pass between the time you need something and someone comes to help you. How they can feed 3,500 people at the same time with pretty much no delay at all blows my mind just a little bit. Tonight is a casual night. We're able to wear any pants and shirts. The dress code is pretty simple. On casual nights you can wear any pants and shirts except for short pants and t-shirts. The menu looks really good. I decided to go with the French onion soup as an appetizer and also the Greek salad. The soup was pretty good. The salad had green olives instead of black ones, and I don't like green olives, so otherwise it was good. As a main, I ordered the Cajun fried chicken, and I liked it. For dessert, it was a little bit difficult because they had many great choices. I decided to go with the chocolate hazelnut souffle. This is a hot dessert, and boy was that good. The entire meal took about an hour and a half from getting to the dining room and leaving. I take a mental note of that because there's a lot of activities that are going on through the evenings, and I want to make sure that I plan accordingly not to miss anything. I decided to go to the early show at the theater. The theater is pretty big. I'm not sure how many people can sit, but I would guess around 1,000. And every night there are 2 presentations. The first one is at 7:30 and the second one is at 9:30. I did not know this yet, but every show is only shown during one night. So if you miss it, you can't go later during the cruise. So I'm really glad that I did not decide to do something else on this night. The show being shown tonight is called Rock Opera, and I really wanted to see it. It's actually one of the reasons I booked this cruise. And this show is amazing. They did a lot of classics, including Dream On from Aerosmith, The Sound of Silence from Simon & Garfunkel. They also did Total Eclipse of the Heart from Bonnie Tyler, Never Enough from The Greatest Showman. They did Carmina Burana from Karl Orff, and many others that I can't really remember right now. The presentation was spectacular with a lot of acrobatic dancing. Also, there's 4 main singers during the show, but the dancers also sing, and everyone sounded great. I would say that this show alone is worth taking this cruise. The show is about 45 minutes long, and I was out of the theater by about 8:20 p.m. I headed directly to the casino, which has one of its entrances connected to the theater on deck 6. I played craps and roulette till about 11 p.m. Then I went to my stateroom to change, and I headed to the Wakeview pool, which is located on the back of the ship on the Lido deck. No one was using the pool, which is exactly how I like it. I spent about 30 minutes in the pool, and then I decided to take a walk on the Lido deck, and most of the pools were empty, including the spas. When I felt dry enough, I went back inside, and by that time I received tomorrow's program, so I planned my day. I also logged my activities for today, and I went to bed at around 1 a.m. Tomorrow will be a day at sea with many activities to do on the ship. I really hope you'll be there to experience it with me, and if you don't want to miss it, make sure that you're subscribed. So I will see you on the Sky Princess.